Yeah, you finished elementary school, but are you ready for middle? Why are you dating somebody 1 or 2 years older than you? Be for real. Don't be afraid to be yourself, try new things, and go through phases while you're in middle school, because that's when you get to really know more about yourself. Hello YouTube, my name is Malia, or you can call me by my YouTube name, Malia Marie. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys advice and tips on how to survive your first 6th grade year. By the way, guys, I just finished middle school. I'm on my way to my freshman year in high school. And let me tell you, the stuff that I have learned in middle school, trust me, it's going to help you. Nobody really told me the things that I needed to know before entering middle school, things not to do and things that you should do. But that's why I'm here to tell you guys and so you can learn from me. First thing that probably makes sense to start off with is grades, classes, and teachers. But the first thing that I want to go over is friends. I know you guys might be thinking, oh, I want to know about grades, classes, teachers, how you're going to alternate from first period, second period, and so on. If you really want to succeed in middle school, what's important is the people that you're going to be surrounded by. Now, since you're moving on to middle school and you probably won't see much of your friends, this is the chance to go make new friends. You want to choose the people that you're going to be wanting to make friends with or talking to people cautiously, because this is when drama, gossip, and many other things can start to build up. Not saying that when you talk to everybody, you're automatically going to get a lot of drama. When you're talking to friends or when you're choosing friends, you want to pick up on how they're talking to you, what type of conversation you guys are having, things about them that you might catch up on while you're talking to that person. I'm not saying you have to force yourself to make friends in middle school. I personally think that you should make friends naturally instead of going to look out for some. I think that making friends naturally is the best way in middle school, because you just find everything more not forced in a friendship and more fun. Now we are moving on to advice number 2, grades, teachers, and classes. I know most of you guys are afraid on periods, so alternating each different class, homeroom, second period, third, and so on. There's going to be teachers in the hallway to help guide you. That's what happened to me on my first day. There was always hall duty. Teachers will help you on the first day. Moving on to teachers, this is going to be a big advantage for upcoming 6th graders. When you're building a good relationship with your teacher and maintaining good grades in class, this is like, that's a good combination right there. Because when these two are by your side, teachers are going to put their trust in you and they're going to give you more possibilities throughout your middle school year. I'm talking about giving you connections to other teachers and connections to high schools that you might want to apply for in the future. When you have great grades, this is going to help you level up to advanced classes for 7th grade and 8th grade. That's why 6th grade is so important as a starting point for you guys and to show your progress throughout middle school, showing that you are a great student, improving yourself to when you apply for high schools or when you're going to high school, that you are a good student. Advice number 3 that I'm going to be giving is school supplies. I know you guys probably already have gotten school supplies since I'm posting this video a little bit later, but one thing that I can assure you is that you don't need that much school supplies. I would wait until high school because that's when you're actually gonna need those supplies. You don't want to have a little bit of too much or too little. For example, what I'm trying to say is you don't need a binder that's like this thick, and you don't need like 5 notebooks. Because most likely if your school has computers and you're doing most of your work online, in which I think most schools are doing now, but if you don't want to take up more space, I would recommend a binder and get separate I forgot what you call it. Get separators to separate each class and have it in that one binder. For me, when I was starting middle school, I had so much notebooks for no reasons. It was taking up my backpack space. My shoulders were hurting because I also had books. And I just had random stuff in there that I didn't need for the school year. Moving on to advice number 4. This is gonna be a big one. Phases and puberty. Now, since you're entering middle school, what everybody knows when you go through middle school is that everybody goes through a phase. Because I know that I went through one, I've seen my friends go through one, everyone has been through one. For example, what I mean by phases is that like a trend that might be going on throughout middle school, like you're expressing yourself in clothes, type of music taste, certain type of show, and you kind of just make it all about like your personality. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is puberty. You guys can watch other videos. I'm not going to go too much into hygiene and how to maintain a good one, but I'm going to go into the basics so that you're not that type of person getting talked about in school on having a bad hygiene. So what I do recommend is having an emergency kit bag. The basics that I would recommend for girls, going into girls, if you're a boy, you can just cross the things out that you don't need. What you're gonna need is, hold on guys, let me go grab it. Okay guys, so I grabbed a few things that I could find in my room that you would probably have in an emergency kit bag. But listen, hygiene is so important because when you're in school, especially when you live in hotter areas, you're gonna be sweating, especially in winter. You're still gonna be sweating because you're gonna wear warm clothes. So all that especially if you get hot and you're wearing warm clothes in the winter, you're gonna get hot and sometimes sweat under your armpits. The one thing that you are going to need that is the most essential out of your whole emergency kit, this guys, deodorant. Especially when you guys are going through puberty, you guys' odor, I don't know, it's gonna be a little bit out of control. Sometimes I know you guys might not be able to afford it. Another hack that I also learned, guys, is trying lemon. If you put lemon under your armpits like this and you leave throughout the day, it should help your odor. But before going to school and trying this out, try it in the summer. Do it like almost every day. Trust me, it will also help on your odor if you don't really like putting on deodorant or you have very sensitive skin. Try lemon. It will. Trust me, I've tried it before and it worked. You want to have things like perfume in your emergency kit. I also have this smaller one. Like guys, look, not too much perfume does too much, but like you could have something like this, but I rather something like this. Something like this is better. When you have perfume, especially when you're at a gym and you're a girl and everybody wants to smell good, you know, put some perfume on. Me personally, and like other kids might in the school, they might not like that strong smells. Don't be buying them perfumes where you put one squirt and the whole class can smell it. Personally, I wouldn't recommend that. Next thing I recommend is hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is important, especially when you're going for lunch, because you know how sometimes you have to dial in your lunch code, or you're just grabbing things from lunch or like you're getting ketchup, you're grabbing everything. That's where everybody's putting their hands, especially in the cafeteria. So every time when I finish grabbing my lunch and stuff and I sit down to go eat my food, I always put on some hand sanitizer because you never know where kids put their hands these days. Moving on to another thing is chapstick. Nobody loves a chapped lip. Another thing that we're gonna do is lip gloss. Okay, if you want to be looking cute in school, you know, your face glowing, you want to add some lip gloss. This is this regular one, but what I do recommend is this one, this brand, NK Makeup. But yeah, whatever lip gloss you like is so good. It's so essential because if you feel like you're just like your face is just not giving what it's supposed to give, add some lip gloss. It would transform your face. It will transform your face into, you see. And another thing that you're gonna need is lotion for your hands. And guys, I'm telling you, size matters. Don't be one of those people bringing whole tubs of lotion. You don't need that. You need many things because it's not like you're gonna put them on 24/7 unless you really need to, but just bring little sizes. Other than that, you're going to also need things like pads, tampons, whichever one you uses. But that's pretty much what you need in your emergency kit bag. Another thing I'm going to be going over is relationships. Guys, please. You can get in a relationship, but in my opinion, don't get in one. If you have a crush, yeah, fine. You know, you have a crush. I just don't recommend it because middle school relationships just don't last. Unless you know someone in middle school who has who has finished middle school and they're still in a relationship. Just avoid it, because then it's just gonna cause more drama, more gossips about you and that person, and maybe even fights. But since some of you guys may get into one, I'm just gonna give you warnings about it. So let's get into it. So what I recommend is dating somebody in your grade. In your grade only. In your grade only. Nothing above, nothing below. In your grade. Okay? Why I'm saying in your grade is because when you're dating somebody either in 7th grade or 8th grade and you're just entering as a 6th grader, you know nothing about that person. And let me tell you, it's not really a good look, especially for a 7th grader or 8th grader, to be dating a 6th grader, because they're just gonna see it as like, why are you dating somebody literally that just finished elementary school? It's not really a good look on that person, and it's not really a good look for you. I know you guys may think, oh, because they're older, you're gonna look cooler. No, it's not gonna look good, and you're just gonna get more talked about. But dating somebody in your grade, I feel like is good, but it's also not. Just make sure the person that you're gonna date in 6th grade, that you can trust them, you know a lot about them, and that they're loyal. If you don't think they don't cross any of these 3 lines, or especially if they dated a lot of people in 6th grade and then you're starting to date them, immediately no. So if they do actually succeed those 3 things, then go for it, see how it is. But if you notice some things while you guys are dating, then I suggest cutting it off, because you don't want to be the one getting cut off. You want to cut them off. Like, you don't want to be that type of person on TikTok where posting all these heartbreaking videos. Like, girl, you don't want to do that. Another thing I'm gonna get into is social media. Guys, be careful when you're social media. Don't share nothing. When I'm telling you don't share nothing, don't even send a photo of you going like this. Don't send a photo of you going like this. Just don't. Okay, when somebody asks you, oh, send a photo, send nothing, no, you say no. Okay, because I'm telling you, people are so grimy these days, and they'll literally screenshot a text message of you guys just to like put you out there and say that you were saying this about this person. So be aware that when you're making new friends, or you're adding new friends on any type of social media, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, make sure you know that person. I wouldn't really just, oh, I'm just gonna add this person because they added me and I want more followers. No. People could also just want to follow you on social media just to be nosy, or just to find something interesting so they could put you out there, and that you can have a bad look in middle school and be like, oh my gosh, she was talking about him, she posted that, and it's gonna make you look bad. The next advice I'm gonna give is bathroom. So this might sound weird, like, what's so important about the bathroom? There's a lot of things that go in the bathroom. That's where people most likely meet up for like fights and stuff. People mostly like if you went to my school was personally like, it was ghetto, but it was like people smoking there sometimes, fights, TikToks, gossips. So if you walk into a bathroom and you see a group of girls and they're trying to reach out to you, that's a sign. Get out the bathroom, or just do what you need to do and get out of there. Especially when you're walking in, if you're the type to go to the bathroom with your friends and like you're talking about somebody, that's not even a safe place to talk to your friends about anything, because anybody can be in that bathroom that you don't like, or that's just in there being nosy and seeing what you're talking about, could spread that gossip and that you said to your friend, and the whole school can end up knowing, and everybody's gonna want to come out for you. Now we're gonna get into fights. Guys, this is just exhausting already talking about fights, because middle school fights are so pointless that it doesn't even make any sense. I'm not trying to influence you guys to get into fights, but if it gets to the point that they're really like pushing you to get to that point, don't ever be afraid to step up to a person. Even if they're older than you in middle school, don't let them. You have to know that you're not the type of person to get played with, and you have to stand your ground, because as soon as you don't stand your ground, people are going to know not to take you serious, and they're going to over abuse that power. Last thing I want to talk to you guys about is being a workaholic. And what I mean is that, like, you never really get a rest, and you're always focusing on schoolwork. You never really have time to take care of yourself. I can say this because this did happen to me. I always, when I came home from school, I never really had the time to relax. I never really had time to take care of myself, because as soon as I came home from the bus, until I got home, until I went to bed, I would be doing my work. I would be doing my essays. I would it was to the point where my brain would just be so much about grades, and that I always thought, like, when I entered 6th grade, that my grades had to be perfect. And whenever I had like a B, I would stress myself out. I would not get any sleep because I had a bad grade. When you are a perfectionist like me, you only take A's and up, not even A minus. I don't even allow A minuses for me, but A's and up is the only thing I'll go with. What I do recommend is that you also want to be cautious of how much you're working, and I can say this from experience. Don't overwork yourself. You want to make sure that you're balancing everything out, because if you're not balancing things out, you can start getting anxiety, even depression, because that's to the point where I got. But that's everything that I have for my first video. If you guys have any questions that I didn't cover yet, comment them down below. I tried to go over everything that I can for you guys, but if you did enjoy this video, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below like I said, and yes, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.